see the benefit of going to junior college and the developmental process that can happen there. There's a huge advantage by going to junior college. And my wife and I, we have two daughters. If I had a son and I had a choice what I was going to do with that son, I would be sending him to a junior college. Just there's multiple factors for that. One, you have a full fall that we can play, and so we can go from midpoint of August all the way through really the midpoint of November, and we could have full team practices during that time. So we're not geared toward, or we're not by law part of the NCAA that requires a certain amount of hours for individual time and then only a certain amount of hours for team time. And so the at bats that the players can get by going to junior college is really another high school season. And there's no way that those student athletes can get those at bats, the innings pitched, if they head to that 4-year school in a fall setting. So the big separator between a junior college and the 4-year schools is really the two falls that you would have in those 2 years and the development that takes place from it. And so when you get around good players, and here's the other key, you're around players roughly your same age. You're not the 19-year-old, 18-year-old that all of a sudden got a 23-year-old and a fifth-year senior or sometimes a sixth-year senior there that is so much bigger, so much stronger, been in college all of those years. So mentally that individual's a lot further along than that freshman. And really those older players don't have a lot to do with those younger players. And so I look at our players and I look at the weddings they have, and these players have gone on from here and played at LSU and played at Ole Miss and played at A&M. They've played at all these schools. And I look at their wedding parties, and those wedding parties were their teammates when they were here. And they may have one from those other schools. But because they're so close in age, the developmental process is huge. They live together. Their roommates are teammates. Their neighbors are their teammates. And they're in a grind there every day. And their goal is to become the best baseball player that they can possibly become. And then you throw in the academic side of it. At our institution, our classes are no different class number wise than the classes that are over at LSU. So all of our classes are going to transfer to any university, whether it's an Ivy League school or Tulane or Vanderbilt, which we have players at all of those, or Rice or those high-end academic schools. Those classes are going to transfer into there. And so, again, we've had a lot of good players through here. I know, Walter, some of those. We've had the SEC Player of the Year here that set the batting average record that still stands at LSU. He was here, played for us. He was our National Player of the Year, moved over to LSU, set their batting average record, was the SEC Player of the Year, Golden Spikes finalist, first team All-American. And we had a catcher here that won the Johnny Bench Award. That's the top catcher in all of college baseball. He was here and went and played at Ole Miss. And we've had a bunch of draft picks through the years, and we've moved on. We average anywhere from 15 to 18 players every year that are moving on to Division I baseball. And so it's a brand of baseball that a lot of people look at and say junior college, and they don't know what to expect. But it is our program is very detailed oriented, very organized, very efficient, and our goal is to develop the full human being.